Authorities investigate a homicide in Newton County. How one local bar is trying to spice things up following the brutally cold weather. Some scouts in Carthage making breakfast. We'll tell you why.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
The Newton County Sheriff's Office says it's investigating a homicide after a body is found in a ditch. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Chris Warner. Newton County Sheriff Chris Jennings says the incident occurred along State Line Road. Sheriff Jennings says the office received a call about a body in the ditch along the side of the road. The office is investigating it as a homicide, and the body has been identified, and the office is in the process of notifying next of kin. Sheriff Jennings says the investigation is ongoing. The Joplin SWAT team is called in to assist during an overnight disturbance in the city. Captain Will Davis with the Joplin Police Department tells us they received a call of a disturbance with shots fired. The SWAT team was called in to assist the officers on scene. Captain Davis says eventually multiple subjects were detained and several had warrants for their arrest. He says there was no one found with any other gunshot injuries. There was no other information available, and the case is still being investigated. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment has issued a boil advisory for a portion of the city of Galena's public water supply system. The KDHE says the advisory is in effect for all customers located north of Front Street. Officials say the boil advisory is because of a line break which caused a loss of pressure in the system. The city of Fulton, Kansas has issued a boil advisory as well. Officials with the city are also asking all residents to conserve water as well. Another really nice day despite some clouds and showers, and hopefully we've got nicer things on the way. Nick Kelly.
We're looking at a heat wave the next few days, Chris, compared to where we've been the past few weeks. Before we get to that, though, let's look at where we've been, though. 36 for a low this morning, certainly warmer than I expected, which I'll certainly take. And highs in the mid-40s this afternoon, so not much of a warm-up because of our system that brought us a lot of cloud cover today, and some areas of drizzle, if not very few light showers across parts of the region earlier today. That system, though, is well to the east of us now. Our drizzle chances came to an end, if I can never say it, early this evening, and that the cloud cover is following right behind it. So as we turn mostly clear, temperatures in the 30s across the region. I think we'll just settle down to the upper 20s for tonight. Most spots around 29 with the southwest breeze at 5 to 10, but that same southwest wind kicks into gear tomorrow, pushes us into the 50s tomorrow, Christian. These aren't even the warmest numbers I've got for the week ahead. I'll show you Tuesday's numbers and the rest of the week coming up in a bit.
All right, Nick, thank you. Well, after the cold weather and snow we had last week, people are ready to be outside and back on the roads. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky has more on how one bar in Joplin wanted to give people something to look forward to after the storm.
Rumor's Cocktail Lounge is always looking for something to spice up their Sundays, or Sunday Fun Day, as the owner Craig Perriman calls it.
And we're always looking for new and exciting events to bring people in.
This Sunday is no different, except they had an even bigger reason to get people excited about the upcoming week.
We decided what a better day to do a Biscuits and Gravy after the horrible weather we've had all week.
It started when Justin Kirk's wife made a post on Facebook asking who had the best biscuits and gravy in town. When all of his friends in the area chimed in, he knew he could create an event out of this.
So I made a hashtag Biscuits and Gravy Challenge 2021, and my friend Cassie is a bartender here, so she said, hey, let's do it at Rumors. So it just kind of got thrown together in a few days, and now here we are.
The event was created for everyone in the area to share their recipes with each other. People showed up from all over Missouri, even Kansas, to see just who has the best biscuits and gravy. The contest worked by having people bring in their best biscuits and gravy. Then everyone who showed up got to try the recipes and decide on a winner.
You pay $2 a piece, and everybody gets to judge and eat. And then at the end, whoever gets the most votes will walk away with all the money.
Because today's event was so impromptu, the turnout wasn't as big as Justin had hoped. He said he hopes he can do this again in the future, just with more people and recipes to try.
But, for what it is, I think it turned out really well.
In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
Now, all that the event organizer asked for is that everyone be unbiased when choosing their favorite recipes. Speaking of breakfast, members of Scout Troop 9 in Carthage, they woke up early to serve some breakfast at the First United Methodist Church on Main Street. But why were they up so early making some breakfast? Well, it was to help raise money for the troop. The money raised will go toward funding trips this summer to go hiking in New Mexico.
It's important for us because it gets, especially our younger scouts, out into the community, and it gets them more comfortable with working with people, and because we do a lot of community stuff, or at least we try to, and just the fact that our scouts are comfortable with working with people, it just makes it so much easier to do this stuff.
The food they made up included biscuits and gravy, waffles, eggs, and of course you got to have something to wash it all down with, so they had some juices available. Well, coronavirus infection rates and hospitalizations have been declining in recent weeks, but as the nation approaches the 500,000 mark in the death toll, health officials are urging Americans to stay vigilant. CBS News correspondent Nancy Chen reports from New York.
Close to a year into America's battle with COVID-19, leading health experts say there's reason to be hopeful.
We should be optimistic, in my view. I think we're going to continue to see infection rates decline into the spring and the summer. Right now, they're falling quite dramatically. I think these trends are likely to continue.
Yet they warn Americans must remain cautious to prevent another surge in coronavirus cases.
We really need to keep our guard up because we have variants out there that are circulating that have a greater degree of capability of transmitting from person to person. I refer specifically to the UK variant.
Dr. Anthony Fauci says he supports President Biden's assertion that by July there will be 600 million doses of vaccine available, enough for every American. On CBS's Face the Nation, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the World Health Organization needs to lead a credible and transparent international investigation into the pandemic.
Because we do not believe that China has made available sufficient original data into how this pandemic began to spread, both in China and then eventually around the world. And we believe that both the WHO and China should step up on this matter.
As the U.S. approaches 500,000 coronavirus deaths, some chilling perspective. The virus has killed more Americans than those who died in battle in World Wars I and II, as well as the Vietnam War combined. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Now, the U.S. has surpassed 28 million confirmed cases of the coronavirus, according to Johns Hopkins University. That's far more than any other nation and close to 3 times as many as India and Brazil. And we take this time now to honor one of our many 4-state heroes. Gunner's Mate Second Class Carl Warford served in the Navy aboard the USS Helena, his hometown, Erie, Kansas. And we are proud to recognize Gunner's Mate Second Class Carl Warford, tonight's 4-state hero. And of course, remember, to learn more about other heroes or submit one of your own, just go to our website at KOAMNewsNow.com. And that is a look at our top stories and a quick check of the forecast on the KOAM News at 10. Still ahead, the pandemic has changed our world over the past year, but are those changes permanent? Or will we return to the old normal anytime soon? Dr. Anthony Fauci weighs in. We're nearly a year into the COVID-19 pandemic. The new normal has become normal, but many still long for what normal once was. Dr. Anthony Fauci discussed whether or not we'll ever return to that normal.
If normality means exactly the way things were before we had this happen to us, I mean, I can't predict that. I mean, obviously, I think we're going to have a significant degree of normality beyond what the terrible burden that all of us have been through over the last year. That as we get into the fall and the winter, by the end of the year, I agree with the president completely that we will be approaching a degree of normality. It may or may not be precisely the way it was in November of 2019, but it'll be much, much better than what we're doing right now.
Well, Bill Gates, the former head of Microsoft and chair of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, sat down with Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday to talk about a number of things, including the pandemic. And Gates weighed in with his opinion on how things are going with vaccine manufacture and distribution and schools reopening.
We'll have the 5 vaccines that all work very well, somewhat less against the variants, and so we may need a 3rd shot for some people. But this is giving us light at the end of the tunnel. We do need to get the logistics right, and then we'll be limited by the demand. In minority communities, have people who are trusted spoken out about the benefits of getting the vaccine. But I'm hopeful that we're going to get more schools reopened. By the time we get to the fall, we should avoid a wave there because the level of vaccination will be very high.
Now, the warmer weather has been melting snow around the area despite some showers we saw today, but is it going to stick around? Well, make sure you stick around because Nick Kelly is up next with the full forecast.
After we started the weekend with plenty of sunshine and warmer temperatures that started to really eat away at the snow that we picked up last week, we went back into the clouds today with some areas of drizzle around. We could see some of that throughout the day at Indigo Sky outside of Seneca, Missouri. And this cloud cover that definitely had an impact on temperatures. After we started in the upper teens to lower 20s yesterday, we hit mid-40s on your Saturday afternoon. Only upper 30s this morning and mid-40s for the afternoon, so not much of a warm-up today, but still above freezing. So it was right back to work melting away the snow, despite the cloud cover in place with our actually previous storm system now, because it's quickly jetting off to the east. Before it left us, though, we did see some blips of green on the radar, clipping up parts of our area. That's, again, just bouts of freezing, no freezing drizzle, but please let me correct that. Light drizzle or some very light showers. And we are pretty much done with that system. No more drizzle chances for tonight. Dry on the radar network. And as we head outside, we're pretty much mostly clear around the city of Joplin. We are sitting at 38, feels like 33 with a west breeze at 7 miles per hour. 32 in Iola, 39 in Miami. Everybody else right in between those two numbers. When you factor in the wind, it makes it feel like the mid to upper 20s for Iola and Yates Center, and everyone else makes it feel like we're in the lower to middle 30s still at the 10 o'clock hour. Let's head back to the maps and shift to the northeast, because with this departing storm system, it actually had the better moisture and lift for more widespread rain and snow right around the Great Lakes. You can see plenty of snow working across parts of Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and overworking Chicago. But now we find ourselves on the backside of this cold front, and we are more than thankful for it. That means quiet skies for the next few days. But the jet stream level is going to really tell the story as far as temperatures go, because even though we're sitting underneath an upper level low, and we're watching yet another system that'll try to come our way from the northwest, let's start with a wide look at the jet stream setup for the next few days. That upper low on top of us now shoves off to the east. We have a nice upper ridge working in on top of us. I see this pushing us into the mid-50s tomorrow and lower, if not mid-60s for Tuesday. That is a big warm-up compared to where we were last Monday and last Tuesday with that record-breaking low of minus 15, especially last Tuesday. So we are going to enjoy that before we head into Wednesday. I say that because even though this wave out west doesn't look impressive, I'm able to throw in a few showers our way Wednesday and maybe a few rain or snow showers Thursday morning. Those are very slim chances. But I want to keep an eye on the weekend, because while Friday, a wave could clip us to the north with maybe a few showers to start the weekend out, we're dry Saturday, but sticking with Doug's pattern, a stronger system by Sunday, and next Monday could start off as rain on Sunday before we see some more wintry weather try to head our way. But nothing to worry about for tonight, mostly clear skies. Bit of a cold night, although this is hardly cold compared to what we had to put up with last week. Upper 20s for overnight lows across the region, and a good southwest breeze and mostly sunny skies throughout the day. It's going to do wonders for us. 29 in the morning, 49 by noon. I see afternoon highs topping out around 54. Quick look at Tuesday has us dropping back into the mid-30s for your Tuesday morning. And how about this? Highs in the lower to middle 60s. I'm officially going with 63 on Tuesday. Then we'll drop back to 50 on Wednesday, 45 Thursday, 50s to start the upcoming weekend, Chris, before we see highs near 61 by next Sunday, and then dropping as we head into next Monday. So that begs the question for Tuesday. Do you still plan on getting the pool ready?
I do. You know, I'm kind of inspired that it's going to be a heat wave.
Oh, yes.
Martha and the Vandellas.
Yeah, going from minus 15 last Tuesday morning to 63 on Tuesday. If that's not a heat wave, I don't know what is.
I'm sad you didn't sing with me, but I agree with you. This is a heat wave. Nick, you can come over. We'll jump into the pool and just kind of have some lemonade and relax.
We'll have a good time.
We will. Nick, thank you so much. Well, coming up in sports, a look back on Saturday's rivalry matchups between Pitt State and Missouri Southern basketball, plus a dramatic finish to Missouri Southern baseball home opener.
Nick Kelly.
And soon. It might not feel like spring weather just yet, but spring sports are kicking into full gear. Missouri Southern Baseball hosts their home opener today after sweeping their first series back against Flagler College on the road. The Lions are 3-0 heading into today's doubleheader. First up, they face Missouri Western. Starting pitcher Zach Parrish had a good outing. Top of the third here, bases loaded. He gets out of jam. Here's Matt Miller, his second of the night. He had 3 hits of the team's 6. Then, with Miller on base, Henry Kuziak's sac fly brings Miller in for the score. To the 9th, Lions down by 1. Clay Miles pushes it to extra innings with this shot to the back wall. In extras now, it's a walk-off 2-run home run by Tommy Stevenson over the left side wall and out. Lions win a dramatic one, 4-2.
And that's really good for a team when you don't give up on an inning or a game. It never gets old. You know, every win is big, and every celebration we have, walk off, just a regular win, means a lot to me, and I love helping the team's success.
In the Lions' second matchup of the day, they host Missouri S&T. On the mound to start for the Lions is Zach Shoemaker. Lions down 3-1 in the top of the 6th. They're making some contact, 5 hits in this one. Still time to get back in it. Their perfect record is on the line. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas got a win on the road on Saturday. A dominant first half led them to victory over the Missouri Southern Lions. The Gorillas played a strong team game with 3 players scoring 15 points or more. Kaylee Demitz led the way for the Gorillas, posting 17 points and 8 rebounds. Sydney Crane had 16, and Tristan Gegg was right behind her, finishing with 15 points. The Lions struggled again. They've dropped their last 4 now. But a positive takeaway from Saturday was Haley Grant's performance. She had a career high in points at 12 and in rebounds with 6. With the end of the season looming, the Lions aim to close out strong.
They're must-wins for us. If we want to make the conference tournament, which this year they only take 8 teams, we've got to win. Got to get at least 1 win, I think. I don't know what Northwest did today, but ideally, if we almost made probably 2 wins to assure ourselves getting in the postseason as that 8th seed, and it's going to be a big challenge.
The PSU men fell short of a series sweep against Missouri Southern on Saturday. The Gorillas dropped their 3rd in a row to a hot Lions team. The Lions were certainly hungry for revenge. Cam Martin had yet another stellar day, 25 points and 10 rebounds. Winston Desasau making an impact in this one as well. He had 21. Lions got the job done. They've won 4 of their last 5. Missouri Southern will be back in action on Thursday against Washburn.
It's very big. We talked about it at the beginning of the week, going 3-0, but going 1-0 3 times. So we got to go home tonight, come back locked in Monday, and then get ready for that Washburn game on Thursday. That's our only worry right now is going 1-0 next week. Then we'll worry about that Saturday game after we go 1-0.
That's it for sports. We'll be back with more news after this.
Don't let it
calm. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas is taking heat for his trip to Mexico this week, but he's not alone. Thousands of Americans are also flocking to Cancun and other resort cities. As Wendy Gillette reports, that's despite a CDC travel warning that Mexico is a COVID hotspot.
The calming surf and blazing sun are ever reliable this time of the year in Quintana Roo, the most popular destination in the country for Americans. It's part of what drew Chuck Lewis and his wife Janice on a group trip from Elba, Alabama to Dreams Natura Resort near Cancun, their first international trip since the start of the pandemic.
I think Mexico is doing a good job of protecting itself, maybe more than some of the people in the United States.
Trey Joyce from Louisville, Kentucky came down for a long weekend with his girlfriend. They got tested before traveling, even though there's no testing requirement to enter Mexico. Joyce says he already had COVID.
It does make me feel a little bit better because, I feel like I have the antibodies within my system.
The Quintana Roo Tourism Board says just over 2 million Americans visited the state last year, down about half from pre-coronavirus 2019. But this February and March, available flight seats are up almost 10% compared to 2020. That's despite the CDC's highest level warning to avoid all travel to Mexico.
Mexico has become our #1 international destination, In fact, we grew about 200% in our business sent to Mexico.
Outside the hotels, nightclubs are closed, but these open-air bars are allowed to keep operating. Along Playa del Carmen's popular Fifth Avenue, visitors and locals don't always wear masks. We ran into a team that patrols the area daily, reminding people to mask up.
People who don't want to wear a mask on the street, they should comply because it's a regulation.
Last month, the CDC ordered air travelers provide proof that they've tested negative for COVID no more than 3 days before flying to the United States. That includes Americans returning home. Many hotels in Quintana Roo began providing free rapid antigen tests before departure. These tests are fast and cheap. Studies show they're not as accurate as molecular-based PCR tests. Lab results can take several days.
We have had 2 positive cases, both of them asymptomatic. They just finished their quarantine and fly back home.
COVID or not, these resorts are proving popular. The travel advisor we spoke to says he's already getting many bookings from older clients who are about to get their second vaccine shot, planning to reunite with their extended family for a vacation here starting next month. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
Final check of the forecast next. Nick Kelly with final check of that forecast.
54 tomorrow, Chris, pushing 63 Tuesday. Dry that we'll enjoy for the next few days before a few showers sneak back in on Wednesday.
All right, Nick, thank you. That's our time for now. Next news time is 5 a.m. with the KOAM Morning News. And thank you for making us part of your night.